heading into the barn, had a little bit of an easy morning, right? Tomorrow, we were going to train all the babies hard on Saturday, getting them ready for next Sunday, but Saturday looks like it's going to be a bit of a swamp. It's going to rain all morning, so we're going to train them all tomorrow. We're going to train vehement tomorrow, actually, and I was on my way to go in and jog Dega, and if Dega was good, if she was sharp, feeling good, ate, not coughing, I would turn her and go a slow mile, come in, we would put the race bike on her and go a fast mile. Today, that is unlikely to happen by fast mile. Now we're at Thursday for Tuesday. It couldn't be any more than 2.8, 2.9. What it's looking more like for Dega is a stiff 1.5 miles tomorrow. So for my partners on Dega, this is important. Remember, I talk to you all the time about you cannot miss these training days. Well, she's missed 2 because she was sick. And it was the weirdest thing. She's not a sickly filly. We talk about horses that have mucus and allergies all the time. She's not that filly. She didn't get sick. She wasn't sick. And she's the only one that I've been told anyway in the entire barn that is sick, which is so rare. So weird. What you can do about it, you have to wait till she gets over it. Now, Tuesday's important because that's 6 days before Kentucky. Not ideal would be the way I would put it. Not ideal. So we'll see how things play out with our girl Dega over the next 24 hours. Now, even worse would be if she was a little bit sick and coughing still today and we couldn't train her tomorrow. That would be, well, listen, it's the start of her career. I was going to use a word like catastrophic. Of course it's not catastrophic. It would just mean she would likely miss her first start. Her first stake elimination. But we have to make sure there's no point going in there half-assed, right? We talked about this, the half measures approach over the last forever. You just can't do that. Not in this game. You get out what you put in. So it would make very little sense to do that. Now, the good news was Eric told me, and he's been checking on her. Eric's getting ready and prepped to go to Kentucky. So he's watching all the potential Kentucky horses very, very closely. And he told me that Dega ate all her lunch, had her head over the gate yesterday, and was feeling good, which is obviously a good indicator. Horse is telling us she's starting to feel better. Over the last week, she was hanging her head and had a lot of mucus, head temperatures sporadically, coughing, wasn't ready to go. But she's there now, I believe. And I think if we can get a good training mile into her, 1.5 miles tomorrow, and then qualify her on Tuesday, we're off. We're literally off to the races. How'd we do yesterday? I raved about how good Grand Slam Dio was. Now, there's still quite a ways to go between her being take nothing away from her. 3 wins in a row, 56, 56, 55. Great accomplishment. Great job. Still a little ways to go where you're saying, yeah, she's a 3-year-old stake filly. Well, hold the phone then. She's a 3-year-old filly. She's going to race in the stakes in Kentucky, but she's not what you would call a Grand Circuit or a sire stake filly yet. Those fillies are hardened 53, maybe 52, 54, but strong horses. I have to make it abundantly clear. Oak Grove does not have leveled stakes. What I mean by that is there's not an ABC division like they will have in Lexington. ABCD in Lexington. They have 1 division. Now, granted, some of those horses won't come. There's Pennsylvania horses that are dual eligible that'll stay in Pennsylvania for another leg. Same goes for New York, whatever. So you won't have, I doubt you'll have what you would call the cream of the crop in Oak Grove, but that's not to say you won't have good horses, because you will. And she may look like a skunk at a tea party, by the time she rolls in behind the gate. I don't know. I have no idea. All I can tell you is I doubt that's true, because even if they go in 54 in front of her, she'll follow. Right? She's not going to be out-trotted. She's not going to be beaten down. But she may not be as good as them. I don't know yet. So she was fantastic yesterday. I'm gonna go to Oh Hill No last, because I have a few little comments. Freedom Hill was good, should have been second, and should have been a very close second. Seems good. She's all dappled out. She's got great weight on. She's trotting fantastic. But to squander a 2-hole trip in such a way that you're not even second in a class that you're one of the favorites, a little frustrating, but the horses only are as good as they are. And if she got picked off for second, fine. I told Jason maybe we'll go from a closed bridle to a hood with cups or a can't see back on her next week, open her up a little bit. Let those hobbles out again. She's stretching right into them well. And she'll race at Scioto and the Buckeye. Now, Oh Hell No, I got a few little issues with Oh Hell No. My biggest concern is that she's simply not good enough, right? Trotted in 58, 57, 58 at Mohawk. Trotted in 58, 59 here. But the one takeaway from last night is when I moved her, no interest in entering the race at all. None. No interest in catching up into cover. No interest in accelerating down the backstretch, passing horses. So something is bugging her. I'm not sure what. I can tell you what, she doesn't love Northfield either. She'd like a bigger track. I think what I'm going to do is, after her Scioto race, I'm going to leave her in Scioto with... Eric just texted me and said, hey, you know, the qualifiers are at 11. I did not. I forgot about that. So I'm going to have to get him to go out and jog her right now. I think when she's done Scioto, I'm going to leave her down with Stacy and Brett, just to be racing on a bigger track, see if we can stretch her out. The horse that I liked all last year is just not present. It's not that, and I'm not saying that Oh Hill No is not a likable horse. She is. She went from coming here and getting rough, and I really had to protect her in her first grassroots, her first Buckeye, but she showed some pop. Second start, she did not, but trotted the turns good, straightaways poorly. So obviously she's trying to navigate something physically. And then last night she was present. That was about it. So we'll draw blood on her. If her blood comes back good and she races poorly her next start, she may not be long for the stable. Which I think is surprising, because I think there's a better horse in there. But I would like to give her a chance to come around. Usually when you move horses and they're not good enough, they feel like they try to get up into the race. They're just not good enough. Whereas Oh Hill No last night, there's no sense of urgency. When I moved her, she moved. But she didn't pass anybody. She didn't look to pass anybody. She didn't get aggressive when they all bottled up down the backstretch in 2 and 3 wide path and horses fanning out. She didn't care. So I would like to get her squared away and get her proper. I think step 1, take her blood. Step 2, assuming it's okay, race her in Scioto next week. Step 3, leave her in Scioto. And then we'll give her 2-3 weeks. Right? This isn't going to be a long-term project. If she gets down there and she gets run over with Stacy and Brett in there, well, I'll just get rid of her. I'll just move her. But I'm surprised that it's come to that. Anyway, that is that. That's what took place last night. I'm excited today. Captain Incredible is racing. If he feels good coming off the car, I would like to race him and stretch him out today. Last week he did not feel great, but I think we got to the bottom of why. Still did his work, but I think we got to the bottom of why. So I'd like to race him today. See how he comes out of that race, and then reassess and move forward from that. We have Chicago Hall tonight, another big step forward. Now he's like 3-4-1. There's 3 or 4-1. There's some. It's a deep. Now when there's a 2 or 3 or whatever the hell it is, it's a deep crew. Friday looks like a lot of fun. We have Texong Soprano at Yonkers. What do we got here from Texong? 5-1 going for 21. Mark is driving him. Good luck there. Mark had a big day yesterday. I was told. One of our clients messaged me, said he had a grand slam. Ray raced 4 in the stake races in Buffalo, I believe, and all 4 won. Looks like Money is also in on Friday, as is Resolve Indeed. What's she? She's picked to win 2-1, so that's good. Yo Mister finds his way into the open 10-1 from post 2, but if he's close, he's good enough. He can race with those horses. And obviously the highlight of my day, all our days, I would imagine, at the stable would be Time Is On My Side racing in the second leg of the Graduate. 6-1, I thought that was a little high. The way he raced in the first leg, you know, he was in outer space coming out of the last turn. What I mean by that was he was just way out of the race and charging late. You know, he's going to get a chance to be raced. I can't imagine James is sitting any worse than second, third, or fourth coming to the 3/8 of the half. I think he's going to be in a good place, a good position to strike, and I think you're going to see a good race from Time Is On My Side. So that is Friday. Saturday, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Save America makes his first start. It looks like he's just in an open race, prepping for some stakes coming up. Remember, I told you he has to race twice in the Maritimes to race in the Governor's Plate. So Jamie knows what he's doing there. Who's driving him? Kenny Murphy. Cliff Murphy's boy is driving him. I grew up with this family around the track. I know them very, very well. So good luck to Kenny, and good luck to Jamie and all my partners. Rose Run AJ is going to make another trip to the Bar Harbor Pacing Series. Okay. Kevin Switzer's in the bike again. He drove him good last week, so good luck to him and Mr. Barry. And Trosa, my fault with Trosa. I don't know what's coming in here. My fault with Trosa. I talked to Harry briefly, but I left it more of as a question than we're going to stop with him. So he is going to race on Saturday. Harry's going to have him as good as he can have him. I don't think we're going to bother scoping him after. I already know what we're going to do. This will be his last start, and this is more geared towards, obviously, Daniel. This will be his last start until end of August, first part of September, until it starts to cool down just a little bit for our boy Trosa. So there you have it. In a nutshell, that is this morning, this afternoon, tonight, days to come. Very happy with the way things are going. Now next will be traversing where we enter the 2-year-olds, when we enter the 2-year-olds, and that's laying heavy kind of on my mind. And it will for the rest of the day into tomorrow. So I'll get working on that. We will have some qualifiers Tuesday at the Meadows. We will have a lot of qualifiers next Sunday at Northfield Park. And then everything is on the table. And it's full speed ahead. So take care. I'm going to get my drink. It's probably cold now. We'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day.